Hi guys, so today we're going to look at the digestive system anatomy, part 7. This time would be the pancreas. Now, the pancreas is located posteriorly to the stomach and it is mostly a retroperitoneal organ. So, when I say retroperitoneal, I mean it is mostly, it has circular folds, so it's mostly covered in circular folds. Now, I can see the pancreas, like I said, is a retroperitoneal organ, and you can see the layers called the parietal peritoneum, the white ones. Those are going to cover majority of the pancreas itself. Now, the one that I've actually highlighted in between, you can see the pancreas down here. Those are the retroperitoneal parts of the pancreas. Now you can see the tail of the pancreas down here, where it is mostly intraperitoneal, meaning it has no circular folds. Now, the pancreas actually has two different functions and it kind of goes into two different states. So, first, the pancreas it consists of exocrine and endocrine glands itself. So, when we're talking about exocrine, right? Exocrine, they are going to secrete or release digestive enzymes into the small intestine itself. Now, how do they secrete digestive enzymes? They're going to have to secrete digestive enzymes to a structure in the pancreas called the acinar glands or the acinar cells themselves. And what happens is that those acinar glands are actually going to release your digestive enzymes they're going to go into the pancreatic duct, then into flowing into the major duodenal peptide. Now, inside the digestive enzymes of the pancreas, they actually consist of three different types of enzymes. First, you have protease. Now, protease is going to break down your proteins into amino acids, allowing for an easier absorption of nutrients. And then you have amylase, which is going to break down your carbohydrates like starch into glucose for easy absorption of nutrients. And you have lipids, which are going to break down your fats into glycerol or fatty acids, allowing for an easy absorption as well. Now, the second stage that the pancreas go through is actually called endocrine. Now, endocrine is the opposite of exocrine. What happens is that instead of releasing digestive enzymes, they are going to actually release insulin and glycogen inside the body. So what happens is, how are they going to release those insulin and glycogen into the bloodstream is actually going to go through a process, or they're going to be produced through the pancreatic islets itself. So those pancreatic islets are going to release the insulin and going to release the glycogen itself. Now, insulin is released when you maybe have consumed a huge carbohydrate meal, and that actually spikes up the blood glucose level. Now, when this spikes up the blood glucose level, the pancreas will detect this and release insulin. Insulin will flow into your bloodstream, telling some of the cells to actually absorb some of those glucose and turn it into glycogen. And for glycogen, it's basically a long term storage of glucose itself. Now, as the cells absorb the glucose, this actually slowly brings down the blood glucose level normally down. Now, the opposite of insulin is glycogen itself. No, glycogen is released from the pancreas when the pancreas actually detects there is a very low blood glucose level. And what happens is that it will release glycogen into the bloodstream, and it will mainly target liver cells, taking those glycogen that has been stored, breaking them down into glucose, and those glucose will flow all around the bloodstream into those cells. Those cells will absorb that glucose, and they will give enough energy from them to actually carry out respiration to release energy. So there's always a difference between insulin and glycogen being released. Insulin will bring down the blood glucose level, while glycogen will bring up the blood glucose level itself. So you need to know the difference between those two and like the different structures of them. And that is it for the pancreas. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you have learned something new today. And be sure to actually check out my new series that I've been studying, the digestive system anatomy. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.